Welcome back to my channel. I'm Amanda, and today I am doing a layout based on the sketch from Elaine King and using my counterfeit kit challenge. And this is Elaine's sketch. I will have her Instagram linked below, and it is right here in front of me. And so I picked out this photo of my husband. He was about 17 at the time of this picture. Yeah, we've been together forever. So he was out visiting. It was probably a year that we were dating at that point, so kind of cool. Then I pulled out some of the stuff that I had in my kit. So those Studio Calico garland, this wood veneer were both in my kit. And then I will pull in some 49 and mark it in a minute. So, and then that Studio Calico paper wasn't in my June kit, but it wasn't a counterfeit kit from a long time ago. And I paired it with this picture of my husband because he's got like this plaid flannel jacket on, and I thought this paper would work perfect with it. And so it's called Sputter Weather for the paper, and a super old paper from Studio Calico. And then I'm going to put this piece, the 6-inch wide piece of white, kind of where that is. And then I'm going to mat my photo in a white and then in a black. And the white is about 1/8 of an inch all the way around my 4x6 photo. And my black is about 1/4 of an inch around, maybe a little more. So just like that. And then this one. And then I'll give it a little bit more oomph with that white and the busyness of that plaid. And he's standing in front of a whole bunch of railway ties. They pulled out the railway where we lived, and they were still sitting around. They sat there for a lot of years before they actually, the railway took care of them and got rid of them eventually. But it took them a while. So I was just going to mat this and get it going. I just cut it just a little, not quite as close as I wanted it, and then just a tiny bit too much. So I just sliced off just a smidgen off the bottom, and that's going to work just fine. I wanted more of a black border than a white border, so works out fine. Just got to get it on straight. And I'm going to ruffle up the edge just a little bit because my trimmer is not cutting so straight anymore. And I don't know what's going on and why, but I don't really want to get a new one. So I'm just going to have to either put up with it not cutting completely straight or invest in a different one. If you have any suggestions on a trimmer that you guys like, just let me know in the comments below. I don't know why some of these ones lose their trueness, I guess is a way to say that. So photo's going to go about here. And then my daughter came in and talked to me for a little bit, so it was on crooked, and then I put it back on, but I cut out all of the talking to her because, yeah, my kids like to come visit me when I'm crafting. So it does mean that I do have to cut things out where we just be sitting and staring at a page for a long time. So I was looking at these wood veneer, and I'm like, I don't know. And then I pulled the garland out. These are from Studio Calico as well. They might have actually came with this paper. I'm not entirely sure, but it would have come in one of their scrapbook kits because I did get it for a while when they had it. And then, so I'm thinking this would be pretty cute. Ties in the wood in the background. And then I'm trying to decide what to do with. So I thought maybe like putting them up against each other, but that's not going to work so well. So I am going to do it's about a 1/2 inch of the black and do a 1/2 inch black strip, just like so. And I didn't measure it the first time. I just kind of went about this. So I measured it because it obviously isn't long enough. And if you can hear my dog in the background, I'm not sure why he's whining, but usually that means that my husband's home, but it's a little early for that today, so I don't know. Maybe he's home early. Who knows? So that black is on, and then it's just going to be, I'm just nudge it right up here and cut it off. And then this garland is going to go on. I'm going to ruffle this up first, and then the garland's going to go on. And so I'm going to glue down that first one. And then, or the first few, and then cut to having them all done, because that's a little tedious in the same kind of process. And then I'm just going to snip them off for that top and bottom because I like the way that looked. And then I decided to bring out my nature study stuff. So I think this one's nature study. I have another one that I've included for 49 to market in my counterfeit kit this month. So I grabbed that one. I'm going to grab this tag because Elaine has 2 tags up here and a couple circle bits. I think I had the circle bits with that garland, but those 2 bits are going to help. And then she's got a little bit of something up at the top corner of the photo and down at the bottom corner. So I'm going to do a little bit of that work here. And so I thought about this go outside and play, which would have totally worked for these, but it's only going to live there for a minute. And then I found a bigger heartwood piece. So these 2 are going to go there. That tab says remember. And then I'm going to pull out this Life is Endlessly Beautiful with You. Because, yeah, I have been with my husband in one capacity or another, like dating or engaged or married since 1998. So that's kind of crazy. So, and we do have a beautiful life together. So anyways, and then I pulled out this other 49 in market and pulled this heart out because I think that burlap texture heart is kind of cute. I thought about the other one, but it's not going to make it. And I chose the one that has the more browner tones because I thought it went better with the wood cookie and with the wood pieces and with the orange. And then I pulled out this other piece that says love this, and that's super cute. And just taking another quick look, and no more in that one. And so then I decide I was going to look at this. I thought it might need something else, but it really, really doesn't. It has one more black strip, I think. But I'm going to get all of this down now. So this piece is chipboard, so it just is going to go on. This piece is also chipboard. And then I'm going to layer the fake string pieces in this papery piece so that it frames that love this a little bit. So that's super cute. And then I'm going to put the remember tab on, and I'm going to have this other wood heart piece frame that kind of, and then it's just this top bit. So because that background bit with the journaling spot is super cute, I don't want to like waste all the stuff that's actually covered up with it. So I'm just going to mark where it would be and then just cut it. And I am really sure my husband's home based on my dog in the background, if you can hear him. That's the only time he makes those noises, so I'm pretty sure he's home. And then I'm just going to glue this down. Just so it is in the spot where I kind of want it. And then this on top. And then I decide that I do want a little bit of black on this side with this white piece. It looks not quite finished, but I don't want as much, so I'm just literally going to do the tiniest little sliver showing, which is not on the sketch, but that's okay. On the sketch, it does look like Elaine used a couple of different papers on the left side of her layout, and mine's the same. Not a big deal. I do like how this actually turns out, though. Like, it's a pretty simple page for what I usually do, but I think it is so stinking cute. So I like a lot. So, and then all else I'm going to do is write winter 1999 on it. I'm not entirely sure what part of winter it is, so winter 1999 works. I know it's winter 1999 because I printed the photos in May of 2000, and that would have meant that I would have taken them before that, because this was a film picture, not digital. Here's some close-ups. I love that. That's so pretty. And it just 100% works. So if you liked my video, I would love a thumbs up. If you're not subscribed, I would love to have you here. I do respond to all comments, so if you comment, I will get back to you. And I really appreciate you watching. I'll have the playlist linked below. Have yourself a wonderful day.